Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Take a Stubs podcast, the Redux edition. I'm one host. I'm Jay. With me, as always, my co-host Zach. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just getting ready for the holidays, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, man. Coming up soon, 4 days from now.
4 days.
You got to work, I'm guessing.
I do. I got to work Christmas Eve, Christmas, the day after Christmas, and the day before my birthday.
Right, and I work the day before Christmas, New Year's, and New Year's Day.
Oh yeah, I work New Year's and New Year's Eve and New Year's Days too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
but you
fantastic.
Get that sweet holiday money though.
So I don't get no holiday money, man.
Oh shit, dude! No, you in the wrong business. Then I get some nice holiday money.
When I worked in the business you're in now, I loved working holidays because it's time and a half.
Yeah, man.
Loved it. No, and because you're hourly or are you still consider salary?
No, I'm hourly, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so all the producers I used to work with who are contract salary, they're like, oh, I hate working holidays because all I get is a fucking comp day, which I can't even use.
If I was salaried, I would hate it.
Right.
But for right now, I mean, for me, it's like I don't have like a girlfriend or anything like that, and like I mean, family's not like too far away that if I wanted to like go the night and like see them and then come back the next day, I could do that. So it's like, yeah, I'll work a holiday. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, exactly. So when I was a photog, it was like you put me on every holiday because I don't care. And it's time and a half money plus my general overtime that I already have anyways. But the first responder jobs are different where, I get a holiday day from the state, so I can take that day off at some point. But it's, will you ever have time to use that day? Yeah, it's kind of dumb. But
I feel you.
As we always start out, we talk about what we've been watching, what we've been checking out, anything in particular. Zach, what you been checking out, man?
So I've got a light list this week. So I was still plugging through JoJo's Part 4, about probably 11 episodes from completing it, I think it's like 39. I'm at like 28 or something like that. I dig it a lot. Still really like it. I still love Josuke and everything, and I like all the other characters. The character that I'm surprised that I like a lot is Koichi. I'm surprised that I like him a lot, but I like his character. I like his stand. His stand's really cool. Using the noise powers and everything is pretty sweet. Still liking it. Still digging it. Chugging my way through it, and then after that, going on to Part 5.
Yeah, which I enjoyed when I read it.
Yeah,
because I don't think, but Part 5 is it almost done now, or
I think it just started
halfway, or
I think it's like probably halfway, maybe close to halfway. I don't know if it's as long as Part 4 is, then it's probably only like a third. But
they definitely didn't make the parts as long. They kind of cut the fat out when they made them.
Yeah,
because I think
part longer, like in the manga.
I mean, I feel like it lasted 5 years. I feel like.
I don't know, because
Part 3 lasted a long time. I feel like too.
I mean, 39 episodes for Part 4. I mean, I guess Stardust was like 48, so I don't know.
It was like 2 separate seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's probably the biggest difference. Is this all is just like one big season. It's just one giant block. It's not separated out at all.
I'll wait until is it Golden Wind? Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
I'll wait till it's over and they start animating Part 6. That's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Part 6. I'm seeing a little bit of her character and I like her a lot. So I'm excited.
Yeah, she's cool, man. And then obviously Part 7 is really cool too. So I'm excited for both of those. So
and then what else? What have you been checking out?
Literally, all I've been watching is football.
All right.
That's it. It's obviously last week was football stuff. There were Saturday games and Sunday games. So I watched both. I watched most of the games on Sunday, and I watched the later game on Saturday. But then I watched the one show I did watch, which is a football show. Is HBO's show called Hard Knocks, which is where
the Browns.
That this past season was about the Browns, yeah.
Okay.
But it's been going on since 2001.
Oh, okay.
And, it's pretty much narrated by Liev Schreiber.
Huh. Huh.
Lee,
Okay.
Ray Donovan slash he was Sabretooth for one movie.
I was going to say,
Um,
Sabretooth fame?
he was in the movie with Daniel Craig. Was it Defiance or something like that? The World War II movie. Think he's
Daniel
in that
Craig was in a
movie.
World War II movie? Oh, you're losing me
Yeah,
here.
I think it's called Defiance. I'm pretty sure it is.
Huh.
I think, yeah, Daniel Craig.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Daniel Craig Defiance. Yeah, it's like three brothers are like a resistance fighting Nazis in the woods or some shit like that.
Huh.
2008. 2008. Yeah, but
Okay.
he's in that movie. No, it's narrated by him. You can't even tell it's narrated by him. But I watched two separate seasons of it because they're only 5 episodes long.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and they take place during preseason, like right before during like preseason camp.
Right.
So 2018's was the Browns and following their new quarterback and their new running back and stuff like that, which is fine. And then I watched the season from 2015, which is following the Texans, and I just picked it to watch it, and it's fun and it's a good show. And it was interesting, and I started watching the last season 2 seasons ago, which follows the Rams, but I just didn't finish it. So that's literally it. I've been doing that and playing fantasy football. That's really all I've been doing.
I just watched one other thing. I watched The Favorite by Yorgos Lanthimos. I don't even know how to say it.
What's it called?
It's called The Favorite.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
The new, like, Oscar Garland. It's the guy who did the Lobster and
oh, okay, gotcha.
And, fuck, what was this other movie? I don't even remember.
Right.
But it's got Emma Stone and it's got Rachel Weisz in it, and it's good.
Oh, okay.
It was different for me because I just don't like period pieces that often. Like, my mom instilled that to me because she loved like Pride and Prejudice and stuff like that, and I always hated those movies. Right. So I was really reluctant to see it at first with my buddy, my coworker, but we ended up going seeing it, and I don't know, I had a good time with it. It was definitely more entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Which was interesting, but I don't know.
What's it about?
So it's basically it takes place in like 1800s England, and there's these Rachel Weisz character is like a high like duke or duchess or something like that in like Queen Anne's court.
I'll get you with it.
Ends up showing up who's Emma Stone, and they end up like fighting over who gets to be like the queen's favorite, because if you're the favorite of the queen, you have, you know, a lot of power and a lot of privileges and stuff that come with that. And so it's all about their like power dynamic of trying to fight to be like basically the top bitch in England, and then the queen like also like plays them against each other. It's an interesting movie. It's an interesting character study, and it was a lot fun, a lot funner than I think most period pieces are. I think Yorgos has a lot of fun with it, and he really, you know, he doesn't dig too much into like the whole, because I think a lot of times with like Pride and Prejudice and stuff like that, they get bogged down in like the history of England and like all that kind of shit. And this doesn't really focus on any of that. It's really just about the story of Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone and their characters. There's a little bit of the backstory of like there's like a war going on, and so that kind of plays like a little bit of a part in it, but it's really just the effect of that and how that plays into the struggle between those two characters. So yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. I want a hot take. Emma Stone is not a good actress.
I agree with you. I think this is probably one of
has the girl from the lady from God damn, it has the lady from what's that TV show called? The British show with Doctor Who. The cop show. No, she's not in. Yeah, she's in a show with Doctor Who. It's a cop show.
Oh, yeah, that's what he was saying. It's Broadchurch.
It's really good. Broadchurch, yeah. She's really good in that show.
Yeah. I hadn't seen that show.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
She plays a really great character. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's really good in that show. I've never seen anything else she's been in.
She was really good in this too. Like her playing this deranged and like crazy queen character that's like she's dealing with a lot of past trauma and stuff like that, and you know, she does a really good job. I think she's probably one of the better characters in the whole movie. Besides Rachel, I like Rachel Weisz and Olivia Colman. I think they're two of the best in the movie.
It says she's in Hot Fuzz.
Huh?
It says she's in Hot Fuzz.
I
don't. I'm seeing her. I googled it. I see the character, but I still don't remember the character in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, she's in Hot Fuzz. All right.
Okay.
I don't remember her in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, neither do I. But whatever.
Interesting.
So, well, anything else in terms of that movie?
No, I mean just it was funny to me watching it though, because when we went to see it, first of all, it was really hard to see this movie. Very limited release. We could only see it in the one theater in our area. But we went at like 12 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon, and there's just a bunch of olds that started walking in. And I turned to my buddy, and I was like, all these fucking people are about to be fucking tricked. They're about to see Pride and Prejudice, and they're going to see Emma Stone like smack herself in the face with a book. And I was right. A lot of old people got disappointed when they were walking out.
When a couple years back, when Selma was in theaters, it also had limited release here, and I went and saw it again when I was still in the news business, and I went like a Wednesday at like 11:30 or something. And it was me in a big theater, not a small theater. It was a big theater. It was 11:30 or some shit. And it was me and like 10 old as fuck people watching Selma.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all were probably alive during this. Like, why do you want to watch a movie about it? Y'all live during this shit, probably. Like, why the fuck are you watching this, man? You know? So, but yeah, I don't. Old people like period pieces, man.
Yeah, man. It's. I think it's mostly the old men get dragged by their wives. Yeah.
That old people like period pieces, and the old people like biopics.
Old people like Clint Eastwood.
Well, because he's old.
Yeah, it speaks to them on an emotional level.
Well, that's why his new movie coming out, I guarantee it's only going to be watched by old white people.
I haven't seen it, but it actually made a decent amount of money. So if it only been seen by old white people, they flock to the theater for him. I
think that the trailer for that movie looks so dumb.
I just don't care about. I don't know. I haven't cared about him. I really don't care about Clint Eastwood in like Dirty Harry and The Man with No Name, like westerns and Dirty Harry. That's about all I want to see him in. Like that's what
I'll watch his movies when he's just directing them, not starring in them anymore.
Yeah,
because he's like 95 or however the fuck old he is. Like he's not believable anymore.
Well, it's like it was. I saw a joke on I think Twitter or something like that where somebody was saying that like Clint Eastwood looks like he's permanently winking at the camera the entire trailer for the Mule.
Yeah. He still has the directing style, but he's just too fucking old to be in movies, man. Unless he's gonna be playing an old as fuck person, not some like badass, rough and tough guy. You know, that's beyond him.
Yeah, I agree.
But you watching anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's about all I did.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some news.
Yeah.
News, some trailers.
Yes.
You mentioned before we started recording that it was also a pretty dry week.
It was dry for the most part. If I think about this week of movie news, there's really only 3 big stories that came out about it, which were the 2 trailers that dropped, and then there was a cover on Entertainment Weekly that everybody was like flipping the fuck out about. Besides that, there wasn't really much else. So
I don't know. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I feel like I don't want to talk about the one we enjoy first, so let's talk about Hellboy.
Okay. Well, which one do you enjoy, though, of the 3?
Oh, I enjoyed Men in Black for sure.
Okay.
I like Men in Black a lot.
Okay.
But we can get into that later, but
sure.
Hellboy trailer dropped. You sent me the trailer, what was it, Wednesday? Or Tuesday?
Something like that, yeah. One of those two,
That. It dropped earlier in the week.
I think it was Tuesday, I think.
I think it was it might have been Wednesday because I feel like that dropped, and then I feel like the next story, the Men in Black.
Yesterday was Men in Black, right?
Yeah, yesterday was Men in Black.
I think it was Wednesday then.
Yeah, because I think they dropped one after the other. Yeah, but so Hellboy dropped. David Harbour as Hellboy. My initial impression of it was that I don't know. It seemed fine. I mean, I like it's not gonna be Guillermo del Toro, so the monsters aren't practical effects, but I mean they look kind of cool. I don't really care about Mila Jovovich's character at all. They didn't really show anything with her. That was kind of like a loss for me. Um, I didn't see Abe, so I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, that Asian guy that everybody was like flipping out about didn't seem that impressive for them to be like flipping up, because it was supposed to be original. Who's was supposed to be played by before they hired him? Because originally it was originally a white guy.
I mean, the character in the comic book is an Asian guy.
Yeah, but they when they originally cast him, they had him cast as a white guy. I can't remember who it was.
Is that girl supposed to be Liz Sherman?
I don't think so. I think all of these are like, I don't think they're repeating any of the characters from.
So who is that girl supposed to be? Because it's not. Just hold on, let me search it real quick.
I don't know who it's supposed to be.
You can keep talking.
But I mean, it dropped out. I mean, my main problem with this movie is that it has the same tone as like the Guillermo del Toro ones, which is so. But at that point, it's like, why are you making this then? It doesn't make any, like, why would you not just let Guillermo make 3 instead of like rebooting it? Because the whole point, the reason that I was excited is that Mike Mignola came out and he was like, we're going to keep it true to the source material and it's going to be really, really close. And then the trailer drops and it seems like it's just as jokey as Ron Perlman's. So it's like, at that point, why? I just don't understand why. It just doesn't make
sense. Seems pointless, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Wait, is that who that is? That's not who that is.
Oh, she's playing Alice. Gotcha.
I don't remember Alice.
Gotcha. I
remember Alice.
I couldn't tell because the character looks completely fucking different. That's why I couldn't tell.
But nobody's freaking out about that shit.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
This character's supposed to be Irish. This makes no sense.
Like, okay, hold on a second. Keep talking, Zach. Sorry. Vamp for a second.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to talk about it. I mean, the posters made Hellboy look cool, but when I'm looking in the trailer and that first image that they dropped before the trailer dropped, he's got this weird ass toothy grin he's got on it the whole time, and I don't know, it just looks weird. He looks like a homeless Hellboy. I'm just not happy with it overall. The look is what's not selling me on it. The Hellboy look, the look of the characters is not selling me on it, and the tone is like, it's the same as Perlman. So like, I don't know. I thought that this was supposed to be different, and from what I'm seeing in this trailer, it doesn't look like it's any different. So my excitement for it is muted because what's the point? I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find, because I have a bunch. I have the first 4 or 5 compendium special edition Hellboy things, and I didn't even know that I was supposed to be Alice Monaghan, whoever the fuck that's supposed to be.
I didn't even know she was in the movie. They've never really anything about her. They talked about Mila Jovovich, they talked about David Harbour, and then everybody made that stink about the Asian guy. And that's
the trailer to me from first viewing, because I only watched it once, and I watched it right when I saw it, which was like 10 minutes after it dropped.
I think I watched 1.5 times. I don't know.
Yeah, I sent it to you right after. I was probably about. I think I sent it to you before I even watched it, but I think the trailer fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I think the trailer is really bad, and that's the tone of the movie. Then it's terrible. Yeah. And I think what the comment that I mentioned to you when I sent it to you in text was like a comment someone said in the YouTube video in the comments was like, I was expecting something dark and gritty, but instead I'm getting fucking Deadpool. Woohoo. Right? Yeah. Like clearly sarcastic comment. Because to me, literally, I read that before I even watched the trailer, because I'm that kind of person where I read the comments first before I watch it.
Yeah.
And I was watching the trailer going, this guy hit the nail on the fucking head. Yeah. This is Deadpool. This is every single Marvel movie. Yeah. So what was the point of making it? Why not just have Del Toro and Perlman and whoever fucking what's the guy's name? The guy who plays fucking Abe. Have all those guys come back. What's Doug? Whatever the fuck his name is, the actor who plays whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah. Bring back Selma Blair and have her be fucking Liz, and bring everybody back, and then just add Asian guy, Daniel Day Kim or whatever, and add the girl who plays Alice. That's fine. Like, what just do? It's the same tone of what you already made. So what was the point? Like, if you're gonna make it dark, and maybe it is super dark still, we still don't show it, and they're trying to get you into the movie by having it be Marvel. But
I mean, I could see that totally happening. That they made this trailer to try to appeal to like the Marvel fans and stuff like that, but I mean, it seems very tone deaf to me because when you've got Mike coming out there for like the past like year saying that this is going to be like a more true to the comic version of Hellboy and it's not going to be like comic booky, jokey kind of stuff that like we're going to see in like a Marvel movie, but the trailer comes out and it's like looking at an Ant-Man trailer. Like I don't know.
Well, I think the initial first. My first comparison when looking at it is that it reminds me absolutely like how my dad. Okay, so my dad is a massive TOS fan, the original series of Star Trek, right? And he loves Star Trek, the first series, right? He grew up with it, obviously, or no, he grew up watching reruns.
Yeah.
So he was all about. And he watched a lot of TNG. Doesn't really care for it, but he watched a ton of it. It was on, and it kind of stopped there. But when he saw the first trailer for that first reboot from JJ, he's like, "What is this? This is legitimately tonally wrong from Star Trek." It had the fact that it has Beastie Boy. Why is Beastie Boys in this trailer?
Yeah.
Right. Or whatever. It's tone deaf to what people want, which is perfectly fine. That's fine. It's a business, whatever. Yeah. This movies did fine, But if you're gonna sit there and I think it's a really big mistake to sit there and go, we're not gonna finish the duology. We're gonna not finish that trilogy. We're gonna end it there. We're gonna cast a whole new guy because this guy is popular from Stranger Things. So we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna bring in other two characters that probably people might like, might not like. Who knows? Yeah. And we're gonna do this, even though Del Toro said he wants to do it, and he wanted to do a Kickstarter for it or whatever the fuck. And Perlman absolutely wants to finish it. Yeah. And you make a movie that's the same tone as what the fuck was already made before. It makes no sense to me. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying fucking, make Hellboy, make it fucking
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, don't do that. But read the first graphic novel. Like it's not super serious, but it's also still dark. Yeah. And it still has a lot of paranormal investigation aspects to it. It's not like it's just like, oh, I'm making a bunch of willy-nilly jokes. My dad got me a gun. Yeah. Come on, man. Like that Hellboy has that, but
the thing that made me cringe the most was when the guy asked him about his hand and he says he uses it to smash things. And I was like, that's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's fucking the thing, man. Like, Jesus. Yeah. That's so and I mean Hellboy himself looks fine, but that shit looks. Hold on, let me see.
He looks kind of homeless to me. I don't know. I'm not totally sold on his look, like, and the actual trailer itself. I don't know.
Number 15 on trending on YouTube. It has 62,000 likes, 20,000 dislikes. The top comment right now is Hellboy the parody. It has 1,000.6 likes.
That makes me laugh.
And and someone commented, "Looks like Casey Neistat cosplaying as Hellboy." It's another comment, 1,000 likes, says David Harbour went from Stranger Things to quote unquote smash things.
Smash things. Dude, I tell you what, man.
That's so funny.
They know their shit, man.
And someone says here, which is a good comment, is why is David Harbour attempting to Ron Perlman Hellboy? Like, why is he impersonating Ron Perlman? Which is that I completely agree with that statement. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, I'm going to watch it, but
yeah, it
just, man, that's setting up for a bad series if that's what they're going for. Especially when you have those first two movies are such cult classic films. I would put them as cult favorite films.
Yeah.
Because obviously they didn't do super great in box office, but they enough to where they made a second one. People enjoyed Golden Army or what the fuck it's called, and it was good. And it's fun. And it's fun. And it's a good time. And it's super super traditional in terms of how Del Toro made his own 90s films back in the day in Mexico, wherever the fuck. And now you bring in a movie and it's like super CG. And he is playing a knockoff version of the thing, saying, I got my hand of doom or whatever the fuck, and I smash things. And it had this dumb looking pistol. It doesn't even look cool. Like the handgun looks bad. Yeah, it looks bad. Like the Hellboy, how's the handgun revolver in the first movies look that much better from 2004? Like literally like 14 years ago looks better.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make sense? What happened to your set designer? Your prop did not give a shit. Like what happened?
Yeah.
And if Mike Mignola is legitimately on board with this, that's sad because the dude's a visionary
Yeah.
comic book creator, and now he's like, you have Deadpool
Yeah.
or Guardians of the Galaxy or insert any Marvel movie, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't know. It's whatever.
What's next?
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yeah. The pictures from Aladdin dropped. Will Smith looks really fucking dumb as a human genie.
Wow.
And I don't care about any of these other characters.
Well, he commented on Instagram that don't worry, I'll be blue.
I know, but it's the thing where it's like if you have to go out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be blue," you already done fucked up, homie.
Why not just?
Why not release the image of the blue? Like I don't understand. Yeah. Like they knew people wanted to see him as a blue genie, so why did they release the human? I just doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't understand why.
It seems very out of touch with what people want to see.
Maybe it was marketing for them to go, you know what, we'll release you as regular Will Smith and just see if people are cool with it. And then maybe if they're cool with it, we just won't spend the money to make you blue.
We'll spend the money on the CGI, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Who knows? But to me, it's like that picture was already photoshopped and edited and everything. To be on a magazine cover, that's how it works. They're still going to edit the picture. So why not have the Disney people, animators or fucking whoever it is that they hired out to do those effects? Yeah, just do the rest of the job. like, dude, that's like seeing the trailer to Lion King, which is fucking dumb to me, by the way. Seeing the trailer to Lion King and like they just don't. They take a pivotal part of the character and like what if Scar didn't have a scar?
Yeah.
Like it's like that's his name is literally the fucking thing on his face.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck it's at. I don't remember where it's at. But like, or they make Mufasa not James Earl Jones. They make it like a fucking like a high pitched voice. Like that's like, but definitive to the character. The genie's blue. Mm-hmm. And I think Will Smith is perfectly fine as that character. I think he fits perfectly with the Robin Williams-esque atmosphere.
I think he'll be fine. I think they really fucked up with showing the look. Yeah.
But also, part of me wants to just think that maybe you should have made him fully CG.
Yeah,
like make him be the overly sized thing. But at the same time, I think the design of the character, like the outfit, I think it looks fine. I mean, it fits. I guess he's a black guy in Arabia, right?
Yeah, I mean that fits.
So I mean, that fits. I'm fine with that. And the guy who plays Aladdin looks like Aladdin. I mean,
he looks like he's from the Middle East.
And then let me look at the picture again real quick. Let me look at the picture again. So I didn't look at Jasmine. Hold on. Aladdin.
It's just Naomi Scott. It doesn't even look
that's her?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Kimberly's playing her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kimberly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. She sucks at acting.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Aladdin magazine. Okay, I can't find it. Why can't I fucking find this picture? Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Excuse me. Hold on a second.
Huh.
Hold on. This is news to me. Hold on.
What news?
This is news. Do you know who's directing this movie? Aladdin.
No, I don't. Who's directing this?
Fucking Google it.
Oh, wait. Isn't this Guy Ritchie?
It's fucking Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
So it's going to be British as shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We thought that, but then we both saw King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword, and that was British as shit, but also sucked balls.
I think King Arthur, whatever the fuck it was called, was cool because it was anime.
It was anime as hell, but the story sucked, and I didn't care about Charlie Hunnam at all.
Well, he's a bad actor. That's the problem also.
Well,
but I am forever a Guy Ritchie fan. I will watch everything he makes. I love Guy Ritchie's
movies.
I think he has more hits than misses. He had, to me, if you consider... I guess everyone will consider King Arthur a miss, but of all the movies he's made, he's only had like one miss. Pull up his filmography, everything is solid. Like you can go down the line from Rock and Rolla to both Sherlock Holmes movies. The guy makes fun movies.
And now, one of my favorite movies from him that I don't think a lot of people appreciate is The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I believe we did a review on.
Great, we did. That's a fantastic movie. We did do a review on that.
Great movie.
Great movie, but also this is tough because I do not know I've never seen him make musical, and it has to have music in it,
Oh yeah,
right?
it does have to be a musical.
Because like I mean,
Well, didn't they? Oh, I never saw the Cinderella one. Was that one a musical? Well, I guess Cinderella wasn't really a musical.
Beauty and the Beast was,
Yeah, Beauty and the
right?
Beast was.
They were singing in that, wasn't there?
Yeah, I guess they will have to do a musical.
I mean, it's a Disney movie and it's a live action. I assumed.
Well,
Did
I don't know.
you?
They got Dumbo coming out. That's not really a musical.
That looks fucking dumb.
I am excited for it because
No,
it's got my boy Colin Farrell in it, and
no.
I love seeing Colin Farrell on the big screen.
I
And it's
remember
got Danny DeVito.
my girlfriend and I watched that trailer. What did we see recently? Oh, Wreck-It Ralph. They played it in Wreck-It Ralph, the trailer for Dumbo, and she was like getting emotional about it, like because they're like, "Oh, Dumbo, you can do it. You can fly, Dumbo." And I'm sitting there going like, "Are we going to ignore that they're missing all the racist shit that this movie had when it came out? Like, isn't there a picture of like isn't there a frame? If I could be wrong, I'm gonna Google it. Isn't there a frame of that movie where they have people being lynched in the background?
Is that the one where it happened?
Isn't there I swear there is a scene in that movie. So it's not Song in the South. It can't be Song in the South. I don't think it's Song in the South. But there's a movie where there is legit. Hold on, we're gonna see. Dumbo racist. A lot of the animals are racist.
In what way?
The way they depict it, I guess. Like Disney racist lynch. Or, no, that's a person hanging.
They got the crows. Yeah, I guess everybody says that about the crows.
Well, I get Disney is good at backtracking, but shit.
Yeah.
But I think Dumbo racist scenes.
Racist scenes. It's gonna be those crows, dude. That's all you're gonna see.
There's that. There's pictures of black dudes like coal mining or something.
Yeah, I don't get that because I don't remember that in Dumbo. Is that in Dumbo?
Let's just remember that like there is some racist shit in Disney movies, and we can play Monday morning quarterback all day. But I remember. I think the trailer looks bad.
Quarterback.
But also, I don't like Tim Burton.
Oh, is he the one doing that?
Yeah, it's Tim Burton, which is what that makes sense. Look at the trailer; it's like all
it does look like a yeah.
gloomy. To me, it looks like if The Greatest Showman got really depressed. So
I never watched The Greatest Showman.
Well, look at it. So you have Hugh Jackman, happy-go-lucky, singing a song, and you have Colin Farrell as like the same kind of character, but he's depressed, missing a fucking arm. It's like But no, we've talked before, I think, about this in the show, actually. I'm very much anti live action Disney movies.
Yeah.
Don't like it. It's money grab. And that's fine, but it's money grab. I don't like it. I think it's a pointless waste of time and waste of money. And half the time you can't do what the animation did because the whole point is that the animation can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's why I don't get why they're trying to do all like some of these are understandable, like Cinderella, Snow White. I could see that as animation.
I think all of them are dumb. I think all of them are no good because they don't animate stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like that animation is so gone from the way animation is done now.
Yeah.
And that shit looks I remember being a kid. Maybe this is also because I was a kid, but I know everyone who is of all time, anyone flat out.
Yeah.
But my dad would watch those movies as a kid, and I bet he thought that shit was new. And then flash forward 25 years later or whatever the fuck when we're born, and we're watching as a kid going, man, when did this movie come out? And you Google it and you go, holy shit, that came out in 1941 or whatever the fuck, right? Because it's animated so well and so efficiently and so much manpower took to make those movies, and they're great as they are. The singing is great, the animation is great, the movies are great. So you put it to the big screen, live action, quotation marks, depending on the movie, and it actually, to me, lessens the impact of what that film is.
Yeah.
You know, like, again, like Lion King is not live action. Lion King is animated.
Yeah.
That's a fucking animated movie.
Yeah, it's just a CGI movie.
So why are we calling it live action? Also, why the motherfuck are we getting two? Did we get two Mowgli movies?
Three Disney movies.
No, why the fuck did we get 3 Jungle Book movies or 2 Jungle Book
Oh
movies?
yeah, I don't get that at all.
That's dumb. That's dumb. What's Jon Favreau making right now?
He's making Lion King. That's what he's making.
Well, he's making Lion King. Okay.
And the Mandalorian.
Right.
Star Wars series.
Right. Well, no, but Mike, the caveat is this. What I was trying to all the way up to this statement.
Yeah.
Of all the things that they could actually make live action, this is the one I would actually want to see the most.
Of Aladdin, yeah.
I think, yeah. This and maybe like Oliver
I'd like to see them do like a different. I'd like to see them do a Disney Hercules because I always liked Hercules.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think Hercules is the one that is kind of brushed to the wayside because she's not considered a princess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Meg's not considered a princess, which is weird because I think she should be. Of all the characters that are super, like, again, take it back to Wreck-It Ralph, where they have all this women empowerment in that movie.
Yeah.
Fine, cool. Meg should be a princess because Meg literally says, "I don't fucking need you, and I'm gonna sell you to the fucking devil." Like that's what she's doing, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't need you." And then eventually, you know what? Maybe you're all right.
Yeah, you're all right.
Like, she has a whole song about saying, "I don't want to fall in love," and it's a good fucking song.
Yeah.
But where she's not a princess. But we're gonna make the little bitch kid from fucking Wreck-It Ralph. Whatever. So.
Yeah.
Last trailer.
Last trailer. Men in Black International trailer dropped on Thursday. Yesterday. This trailer has blown up the internet. 6 million views.
Damn.
In the first day. I fucking love this trailer. It was a really solid trailer. I'm really excited to see this movie now. I was actually lukewarm on it before, but after watching this trailer, I'm ready to see this movie. I'm excited to see Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. I don't know. I think they hit the tone right on the head. All the tech looks cool. They got the aliens that I wanted to see. They got the worms. They got some weird ass looking midget alien thing. They got the alien with 3 arms. I don't know. It looks like a fun movie. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think the tone of it is perfect. It's in the same vein as the other 3 movies and the cartoon. Yeah. So it fits fine. I think Chris Hemsworth is great. Would be a great character in that show, in that series. And I think Tessa Thompson fits in perfectly fine too. Yeah. Obviously, they have good chemistry because you saw that in Thor Ragnarok, and that's cool. I think Liam Neeson kind of was random in there. I don't understand that.
It was weird. I guess he starts off as Chris's partner and then becomes the head of. I don't know.
Probably.
It was weird.
But I think overall, from what we're seeing, the tone is cool. That's great. The humor is there. Yeah. The cool guns are there, and there's a good chemistry between the two, like in J&K.
Yeah.
But I think overall, the trailer is bad.
You didn't like the trailer?
I think the trailer is mediocre and kind of whatever. I think that makes me afraid that's the best content they have in the film. I'm kind of nervous about it.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of times with the comedies lately, I feel like they've been saving a lot of their good stuff for the movies. Because if you go back to like movies that came out like Blockers, where it was like everybody thought that those trailers sucked, and then the people who watched the movie liked it because they saved a lot of their good stuff for the trailers.
Sure.
So maybe they saved a lot of good stuff for the movie. So maybe that's. I'd rather they have a sucky trailer in the movie's good, and they save some good stuff for the movie. So.
But Men in Black to me is not a pure comedy, you know, it's an action movie. Yeah. So they had the big set piece in that trailer was they showed twice at the beginning and in the trailer where they like take apart the car and they have the big guns and they start shooting.
Yeah.
That should have hit. That should have been like, but you watch it and you're like, ding 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 ding. Like it wasn't, the hit wasn't there. It wasn't like impactful, right? It was supposed to be like, oh wow, that's cool, man. That's a really fucking cool, right? But so you watch Men in Black 1 and you see, man, that's a little cricket. That's a tiny ass gun. And it gives you that impact. Boom, 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 right? So I watched this trailer. I'm like, okay, so they're doing the Transformers route of we're going to show you a bunch of to make that look cool, but in reality, to me, it was like whatever. And we'll get to that when we talk about Bumblebee, which I have some issues with that too.
Okay.
I think the trailer itself for Men in Black International, I'm gonna see it regardless because I like Men in Black 3. People didn't like it. I thought it was a great movie. It's a
It was
fun
all
fucking
right with
movie.
me. I prefer like Men in Black 2 to Men in Black 3, but I mean, I enjoyed
Sure.
3.
Well, I like Men in Black 3 because one, Josh Brolin, and two, the ending of Men in Black 3 is super cool.
I don't even remember the ending.
Okay, I'll briefly explain the ending of Men in Black 3.
Remember something about there was like a rocket that blasted off or
Right,
something like that. That's about all I
exactly.
remember.
So Jay goes back in time to meet
Right.
young Kay, right?
Mhm.
Because if something that happens back in the future, they have to set it up to make sure. So it's obviously showing you that Jay always has to go back in time to save this, right?
Mhm.
But when they're going to the rocket, they have to convince a bunch of soldiers to let them into the thing, right?
Mhm.
But in the process of doing that, this guy gets killed, right?
Mhm.
And that's Jay's dad. So if you
Uh,
watch Men in Black 1, he's like, no, my dad's not here, whatever, 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 became a cop, whatever. So when you flash back, you see, okay, K is always known that this little boy that I see here, whose dad is gone, that's Jay. He is going to be Jay. So if
uh,
you go back to Men in Black 1, it's like, oh, that makes sense as to why K is so like, no, whatever. Because I've been waiting for you to get here.
yeah.
So that like surprisingly, that's a really like Terminator level writing.
Yeah.
Cool, right? Plus, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I do not expect that level of depth in this movie. I don't want that level of depth because Men in Black 1 is just a fun science fiction action comedy film,
Yeah.
right? But I think the casting is so great that even if the trailer to me is lukewarm, that the trailer, like the cast, I know is going to be solid.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I'm excited for. I'll watch it, but I think that the trailer is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't have any more news on my end. I do have trailers I want to talk about though.
You got some other trailers you want to talk about?
Yeah, but do you have any more news you want to mention?
Really only two big things. So Bad Boys 3 added some cast. It's all people that I haven't heard of except for one person, Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, she's gonna be in it.
Yeah, man. Vanessa Hudgens coming on. We got Vanessa Hudgens. We got the captain's back, and then Alexander Ludwig. I don't remember him from anything.
The name's familiar to me.
Alexander.
I don't
See,
know why.
when I hear Alexander though, I think of Alexander Skarsgård, not Ludwig.
Oh, right.
Ludwig. He was in Grown Ups too.
I don't know him then.
Lone Survivor, Race to Witch Mountain, The Hunger Games. Oh. I'm not seeing anything recognizable. I don't know.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know him. Yeah. I know that guy.
No. And
Yeah.
then
Vikings. Yeah.
oh, he's in Vikings? Okay.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Haven't seen Vikings.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Yeah. So we got that, and so that's a quick thing. Bad Boys still being made. And then the Dark Crystal series has a cast that has everybody that you fucking know ever in it, ever.
Really?
Yeah. So here's a quick rundown of all the names that I recognize from people who are going to be in the Dark Crystal Netflix series. Taron Egerton, Anna Taylor-Joy, Hella Bonham Carter, Eddie Izzard, Theo James, Mark Strong, Alicia Vikander, Mark Hamill.
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key, Simon Pegg, Andy Samberg. And those are the big ones that I saw.
I want to ask you this, Zach.
Yeah.
Do you give a single fuck about this?
About the Dark Tower series?
Dark Crystal?
Or Dark Crystal. I don't know why I said Dark
You
Tower.
give a single shit? Because I'd never watched it before.
I watched it. I remember watching it when I was a little kid, and I remember having fun with it. I like the puppeting and stuff like that, but I think this is going to be like all CGI. I don't know. I don't really care about it. I mean, I like Terry Egerton. I like him a lot. I'm excited to see him getting lots of work. I don't know. This is like a prequel series. I just don't really. It looks CGI. It doesn't look like puppets. I'm not totally ecstatic about it.
Did they release pictures of it?
They released some images, yeah, but they all look CGI. Here, I'll link you the images.
I think I might have found it. Let's see.
There's like three or four that they released, but they all look. I don't know. They all look CGI. They all look cool. I mean, they look like the Dark Crystal characters that I They look like characters I remember from Dark Crystal. They definitely look like they fit in that world, but they also don't look like puppets. I don't know.
I think those are puppets, dude. Those
Are
look
they?
like puppets. They look like puppets to me.
I don't know. The lighting's so good that they look CGI. Especially this last image that I think is supposed to be Taron Egerton's character. Looks CGI as hell.
I don't give a shit about Dark Crystal. I've never seen it. Like with Labyrinth, I've never seen Labyrinth. Don't care about it. Don't want to watch it.
I like Labyrinth.
When it comes to like these things that are being finally like put into bigger series, Witcher, I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna suck. And then Wheel of Time, because I think it's gonna suck. Lord of the Rings, the Amazon show, I'm excited for because I think it's gonna be great. Other than that, yeah, Dark Crystal.
The most expensive anime Amazon show ever, apparently, or some shit like that.
Which makes me nervous about that and Wheel of Time because of how much I think it's gonna be a lot of emptiness.
Yeah.
Like they'll have a shot of like a landscape and they're panning over it and it's gonna feel empty.
Yeah.
Much how I felt about Ghost in the Shell. Where Ghost in the Shell, and the world looks cool. They have good editing and coloring and color grading, but then they're going through like Neo Tokyo, where the fuck they're at, and just like this town has no life. It just feels really dull because no one's here because they don't want to animate people. They don't want to whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I feel that's my issue with what I'm going to see with The Witcher, Wheel of Time, and with Lord of the Rings. Whatever the Lord of the Rings show is going to be about, whatever.
Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
But I want to talk about a couple trailers though that I saw this morning in the movie theater.
Okay.
So I want to know what trailers did you see when you saw Bumblebee?
Fuck, I can't even remember. Shit, I don't even remember.
So here's why I'm bringing it up.
Say some of the ones you saw, and maybe I saw similar ones.
I'm gonna go through the line of the trailers that I saw before Bumblebee.
Okay.
Number 1 was How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I saw that. Don't give a fuck about that movie.
Okay, hold on. That trailer is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
That trailer is complete ass. Like, the music is terrible, the editing is terrible, and the acting is, oh my god, it's horrendous. It looks terrible.
It looks bad.
It looks terrible. But the animation looks fine, but the voice acting sounds like shit. And the music is they went to a discount bargain bin to buy the fucking music for that trailer. It looks like garbage. Okay. Next one was the Captain Marvel trailer. Now, I've seen it before. I watched it in theaters for the first time. That looks like shit. That looks terrible. What is going on with these trailers? The editing sucks.
Yeah.
Here's the whole Captain Marvel trailer. Spaceship. And she gets up and it keeps flashing back to her life on Earth. I think I had a life here before.
No.
A hero, her story, her life, #me too. And then it looks like crap, dude. It looks bad.
Yeah.
The trailer's bad. Like Brie Larson is such a good actress because she got an Academy Award, right? Yeah. But in this trailer, whoever cut it or whoever the people cut it, it sounds like she can't act.
Yeah.
That's how I legitimately feel this. Like, dude, she has no appeal. There's no like energy to want to pull you in.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I keep getting from when I watch these trailers. It just seems like she's just talking. She has charisma. Like the movie that she won the Oscar, The Room, I saw that movie. She has good charisma. She can act. Yeah. But yeah, these trailers, it just doesn't seem like she has like any personality at all.
No, I saw her
has more personality than her in these trailers. When Sam Jackson has more personality than you got a problem.
I saw her in what's that movie called where she plays like a camp counselor, like Short Stay 12 or something. She plays like a camp counselor for kids who want to kill themselves.
Huh.
It's a super indie film. It's I saw it on Netflix. I feel like a couple years back. Hold on. Brie Larson Short Term 12. Short Term 12. It came out in 2013. I saw it a while ago. It's like a dramatic comedy movie, mostly dramatic, and it's fine. Like she's good in it. She's really good in it. Like really good in it. That's the first thing I saw her in was this movie, and I never watched The Room. Don't care about it. But in these trailers I'm seeing for this movie, she looks fine. Like in the costume. She looks fine in the costume.
Costume looks cool.
But it's the persona that I'm getting from the trailer of her talking isn't superhero.
Yeah.
It isn't like grandiose, right? And the character is that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was Black Widow, I get it because it's a spy.
Yeah.
Right? I'm okay with that. But she's playing a character who is a soldier. Like she's a Kree soldier. Like it's supposed to be like how I feel about watching Cap.
Yeah.
Like, man, I should get goosebumps. I got goosebumps every time I watch a trailer for Infinity War. Got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Right? And this character is supposed to be like the pinnacle of how we're gonna help beat Thanos.
Yeah.
And I watch and I go, don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. Right? I got more fucking heebie-jeebies from seeing fucking Hawkeye turn around in the rain. And I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about Jeremy Renner.
That was a good shot.
It was a great shot. I was like, dang, where's he been? All right? He's chucking fucking bow and arrows and shit. Yeah. But the whole Captain Marvel trailer, I'm like watching and I go, man, this is bland.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't really care about. I honestly don't care about that character from the comics anyway. So I was already like, on this movie.
Yeah. I don't care about her either.
The more I'm seeing of it, the more I mean, I'm gonna watch it probably. Not like opening night or anything like that, but I'll probably watch it eventually. But like, I don't care it at all. Like, it doesn't. I have no excitement to see this movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I will see it. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna give it a chance. I think I'll just Google when it comes out the post-credit scene, or read the plot line so I can see how it ties in. But
yeah.
So, and I think there was one more, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm just gonna forget about it.
I feel like there was one that I saw before Bumblebee where I saw it and I was like, oh, that was a good get for them. Oh, I saw one, the Alita Battle Angel trailer.
Oh yeah, that played before mine too. Yeah.
I'm still really excited for that movie.
So here's what happened. That trailer played, and everyone in my theater, it was like 8 people, went,
what?
They're like, ugh. I've been watching everything that's been releasing for that movie since they started putting out stuff like a year ago.
Yeah.
And every time I watch it, I go, yeah. I'm okay with that. It looks fine. It looks fun.
I was at Barnes & Noble yesterday, and they have the deluxe editions of the original manga. And I was looking at it, and I was like, I'm excited for this movie now.
Yeah, I remember after the last trailer that they put out, I went back and watched just like scenes from the OVA, the big that made it really popular, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm interested. I mean, I think she still looks. I think she looks less weird than before. Did they change her eyes?
I think they made it. I think they made her eyes a little bit smaller than they were.
I remember like watching the trailer today. I didn't even think about it, but I remember watching trailers from before in theaters before and going, her eyes are too abnormally big.
Yeah. I think they made her eyes a little bit smaller because I remember, that was like the biggest thing that everybody was like freaking out about. So they probably like sized him down a little bit to make him look normal.
I feel like they did, but perfect example.
Okay.
Talking about the Captain Marvel trailer and then the Alita trailer.
Yeah.
Right. I have no knowledge of Alita. I've seen parts of it as a kid. That's really it. I know it's a really popular anime and a manga. That's all I know. Yeah. And apparently it's like super action packed and really brutal and it's cool and science fiction, cyberpunk, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
I've never watched it, never read it. I've seen parts of fights here and there. The actress, I have no idea who the actress is. Don't know who it is. All I know is it has Christoph Waltz in it.
Yes.
That's all I know. The boy, don't know who it is. The bad guys, don't know who it is. Who's the town, the city in the sky? Don't know who it is. No. But this trailer is cut enough, edited-wise, story beat-wise, to where you go, okay, I want to see where you come from and what you do because I'm seeing you fight big people. Yeah. And your dad is fucking, Dr. Light is telling you, listen, you are the greatest machine, soldier, killer, whatever. You're
Yeah.
meant for more. And she's like, and the end of the trailer, she goes like, you made a mistake by messing with me or whatever the fuck. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that is what I want from Captain Marvel. I
Yeah.
want Captain Marvel to fucking punch the old lady in the face. The skin comes off. It's a fucking Skrull, and she fucking like blasts them. And then
Yeah.
the cut before you even blast, cut, right? But
Yeah.
like, there's no energy from Brie Larson, but there's energy from the CG robot killer lady.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bad, man.
I feel you.
So, but we did see the movie for this week that we were going to talk about.
We did.
I posed a challenge to you last week. I don't think you did it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jason. I didn't do your challenge.
Now, and that's depressing because I didn't do it either. So here's the thing.
That's really depressing.
The challenge was to watch every Transformers movie before we watch Transformers Bumblebee. But that's fine. So the movie this week that we're talking about is fresh, brand new spanking Bumblebee.
Brand spanking new. Came out last night.
Yeah, we're talking about the new Transformers movie, Bumblebee.
Yes.
Directed by, I don't know, starring the girl from True Grit.
Travis Knight or Mick Knight, something like that.
Okay.
Mick Knight with a McDouble, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
It's John Cena, Haley Steinfeld.
Yes.
Some guy with an afro.
Yes.
Some lady who I don't know, and some guy that I don't know. Literally, this movie is filled with people who probably can't act that well. They can't do it. Because I was watching this movie. I'm going to skip ahead for a second. I'm watching this movie and going, man, I miss Shia. Because at least Shia can act. Even if he can't act well in those movies, he's still doing something.
Yeah.
But, okay. Bumblebee. It's a prequel to the Transformers movie 1.
Yes.
That came out in 2007? 6?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, Zach, Bumblebee.
Yes.
Were you excited going into it? How'd you feel during it? How'd you feel post-movie?
I didn't start getting excited for this movie until like the last, I would say in October, November is when I started to get a little bit more excited. Started to see the trailers where you see the original Generation 1 Autobot designs, Decepticon designs, all that kind of stuff. So that got me a little bit more hype. So I was decently excited going into this movie. Started watching the movie. The first 10 minutes are some of the sickest Transformer footage I've ever seen. I loved it so much when they were on Cybertron. I wish they would just do a whole movie where they were just on Cybertron.
Absolutely.
Dope.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that shit. I was getting hype watching Optimus try and beat down all those Decepticons. And then they transport you back to it like an hour or so into the movie. And I was like, yeah, no, just show me this the whole time. To show that sick ass shot of him fighting Ravager, that fucking, I don't know, lion thing. And I was like, fuck yes, like this is what I want. And then we go to Earth and I was like, I'm all right with it. It's not as good as the Cybertron stuff, but I mean, I didn't mind Haley Steinfeld. I felt like, I don't know, she definitely did more for me than Mark Wahlberg did in the Age of Extinction, because I didn't watch the 5th Transformer, so I don't even know.
Yeah. Man,
but I mean, the Age of Extinction one, he was like, he was worse than Shia LaBeouf. So she did more for me than that. She had a little bit more of a personality. I liked her backstory of like her fixing cars and stuff like that, and the trauma that she had with her dad. And like, I feel like, not for me, because like, you know, my parents are still alive, but I feel like that's a very like relatable thing for a lot of people. And even if it's not like your parent, a lot of people have had like somebody that they've lost like that in their family, and it's hard to move on. So I feel like that was a really relatable storyline for her to take, and I liked her storyline of her overcoming all that stuff. And I think they did a lot of good nods to her, like her growth. Like when they first went to that cliff, then she couldn't dive, and then she dived after B. Like, I thought that was a good like show of growth for her without like getting out of the water, without, you know, like going over their skis with it. So I liked her. John Cena was funnier than I thought he would be. I thought he was, from the trailers, I thought he was going to be like a serious asshole, and he was actually kind of funny in this. So that was a cool little thing to see. I didn't really care about anybody else in this movie.
I'm on the other side of the train tracks with that point about her growth.
Okay.
I don't mind the whole dad dying thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a great storyline for a young kid going through the thing, causes problems between mom who clearly has a whole new life. I like that. I like that. What I don't like, and I literally almost had to hold back a laugh, was that they're chucking all these character traits out there
Yeah.
just for plot points down the line.
That
Example.
was when it was where was it? I was watching it and I was like, they literally only did this so that they could have this shot there. Oh, I remember what it
Literally.
was. It was when you first see the Decepticons come and you have that helicopter and the jet like flying over them, the two single aircraft in a thing. And I was like, they literally only had the shot so they could do that double transform thing later on. Like that's literally the only reason the helicopter and the jet showed up.
Well, for me, it's even bigger than that. For me, it's this. First scene of interaction between Charlie and her parents is her throwing away her trophies. Mom
Yeah.
goes, "Those are your dive trophies." I thought she said drive trophies because why? Why? No, why? I said because she's a fucking mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Listen, Zach.
All
I
right.
know there's somebody out there where this Venn diagram overlaps. I know there is, but how many people do you think are mechanics and state divers?
Yeah.
Just do you, and you as a former swimmer, Zach, who swam for years, how
But
many
to be honest
people?
with you, Jason, as a former swimmer, I know nothing about cars.
How many swimmers?
I'm not in that Venn diagram.
How many people did you swim with at every meet that would take 3 days and a ton of people all over the city? Did you go, man? You meet and go, you know what? Yeah, I'm excited to be swimming today, but really, I want to be back home working on some cars. I'm gonna answer you this, Zach. That Venn diagram doesn't exist very often. Do you think fucking Michael Phelps and the Lockheed kid are going, you know what, man, my Mustang is messed up. I need to go work on that. No, they're breaststroking or what the fuck it's called.
Wheelie dolly, get under there, get under the hood.
Yeah, no. To me, that you pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one. You're either a mechanic or you're a swimmer. Here's why I say it's dumb.
Yeah, I agree. The diving thing felt really tacked on. It didn't really make it. It really, yeah, it only made sense for them to have that one shot of her diving at the end.
The mechanic thing was to serve two purposes: to have her change Bee's radio,
yeah,
and her know how to use a thing clamp to take out the battery at the end of the movie. That's all it served. Other than that, it served. What's up?
She fixed B2 with her mechanical skills.
All she did was change the radio and put the
no,
thing.
She originally found him because he wouldn't start when she first found him. She had to fix him up.
I mean, she tapped on some shit. Like she didn't replace anything. I legit thought that they were going to go, oh yeah, she'll go to a car and grab some regular battery, and that will be enough to serve as cyber energy. No. All she did was like, and he turned on. That's all she did was turn the key, and he turned on. Legitimately.
Yeah.
She turned the key. It started. She drove it. Got excited, and went under the thing. Was looking around, and then his face was there. That's all that happened. So literally, both of those character development storylines served just the two plot points that were pinnacle to the movie. So I'm a mechanic, so I can take the battery out of the last part of the movie in the tower. I'm also a swimmer, so I can dive in the water and do nothing because he's a fucking robot.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
He weighs a ton. So look, that made me so mad. So mad because it's so dumb. It's bad writing, in my opinion. Very bad writing. If you made her a mechanic, that's perfectly fine. Just make her a mechanic because fucking Megan Fox was a mechanic.
Megan Fox was a mechanic, that's for sure.
And she sat there against the tree at the sunset, like fixing the fucking car. Yeah, I've never seen Transformers 1. I've just seen that scene.
You've never seen Transformers 1? Oh, you're missing out, dude. This is why you should have completed your own challenge. You're missing good classic.
I've only seen Transformers 3. And I had no context for what was happening.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about this movie is that you don't need context.
Right. Well, so I want to say this. So no, I'm bagging on it right now. Overall, to me, it's a whatever movie. It's whatever to me. And that's perfectly fine. Before I went into it, I was excited like months ago because I thought that, again, Seeing Cybertron was going to be so cool. I thought.
Yeah.
Seeing G1 stuff was going to be super cool.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading some Transformers comic books, so I was super into the idea of Transformers in a war.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. You know, and then I come into the movie, and like you said, we see Cybertron, and I'm like, man,
dude,
I want this for 2 hours.
It was dope.
I want
that movie.
I want to see Optimus and the Rebellion fighting along the fucking anarchy that they're doing to beat away these fucking shit ass people. I want to see that movie where they're sitting there fighting, and Bumblebee is there, and the whole team is there, you know, and Starscream, all these people. I want to see that movie on Cybertron, right?
For sure.
That would be cool, because that was the best part of the movie for me. Was that literally that 5 minutes was the best part of the movie, or if not even 5 minutes, the 4 minutes on Cybertron was the best part of the movie for me. And you get to Earth, and progressively as it goes along, I go, man, they're really beating me over the head, telling me this is an 80s movie. Whether it's fucking every music break while she walks for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But then the music will cut from 80s music into clearly modern day music for like the background soundtracks. Like they'll go, here's a Smith song where she's like drumming in the mirror. Because of course she has to be an indie rock new wave fan from the 80s, right? Because she's a mechanic who also dives. So she has to like, you know, the fringe music. Duh. She can't like fucking regular ass music. She has to like new wave.
She likes Rick Astley. She had a Rick Astley tape. That's big news.
So she's sitting there doing that, and then they play a song. They'll play a song like an actual song.
Yeah.
And then it'll fade out after 30 seconds, and they'll bring in the actual music from the composer, which is modern day synth music or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, you're confusing me.
Yeah.
You're confusing me because you're playing me 80s soundtrack music to show me it's 1987, but then you're showing me music that's like like whatever, right? That really bugged me. Man. I was so mad because I was like sitting there going, to me, it was a bad choice. And I'm not sure how you felt, but a lot of the things that I saw, I felt really under budgeted, like underwhelming in terms of what they saw. In terms of like this, I thought a lot of the shots with B looked really bad graphically. I think that a lot of the, especially like scenes where he's holding her running down the hill, I'm like, man, tough shot to do.
Scene looked kind of bad. That scene looked bad. I don't know. As far as his design, I mean, it didn't look much different than like T1. So I mean, I thought you were talking about it in that aspect, but yeah, no, that scene where he's like sliding down the hill.
Yeah, in terms of actual how the render looked out. I've seen scenes where when they're shifting in the other films, or even Transformers 3, where there's a big scene when that fucking building is falling down, right?
Yeah.
That shot's a big set piece. It looks fine. I feel like a lot of the pieces in here, which there's no big set piece in this movie, which is to me really underwhelming. I felt like the movie lacked urgency, and I felt like another day in the park. Like there's no race against the clock. It's just we're here.
They only have the ticking clock at like the very last minute, but then she got the battery out, and there wasn't really that much of a. I don't know.
She got the battery out at what percent? I'll tell you, 87%.
Yeah.
So literally, she could have did this. Oh man, we got some time left, man.
We could have kicked back and had a smoothie.
What's going on? Tic tac tac tac. Boop boop. Done. 87%. Right. Yeah. So the movie to me lacked urgency, and it's Transformers, right? And so I'm expecting a spectacle because it's Transformers, and to me, the film didn't have a spectacle, which is fine, I guess. But for me, it's going into the world of Michael Bay, right? Even if he didn't direct the film, he produced it probably.
He did produce it.
So I'm expecting like shit, right? And it just it underwhelmed me for sure.
I think that might have been after the last 5. I think we'd seen so much shit that I think with this one, I think they made a conscious effort to try to dial back on that kind of stuff. I think that was a conscious effort they made to try to like, all right, we're not going to have like the 3 giant set pieces where like a giant worm is making a tower fall down in the middle of New York City. Like the
that
biggest set piece
or
happens in like an abandoned, what was it, like marine yard or something like that? There's like a giant there for no fucking reason that I could figure out. I guess it's supposed to be like an abandoned boatyard. I don't know. But that was like the biggest set piece of the whole movie.
I also see that it had a smaller budget than the first Transformers movie.
Did it? Oh,
Transformers. It says Bumblebee had 100 million to 137 million. So that's probably the movie cost 100 million to make, but it had 37 million and some change of advertising. It says that the first one had 150 million budget. But to me, the movie itself has it says it's the best rated Transformers movie of the franchise, right? Variety is saying that it's fun and it's like nostalgia filled, which to me is a bad way to nostalgia filled is a bad way to review a film.
That's not really a review. That's just telling you what
it needs to be able to, because there were kids in my movie theater, right?
Yeah.
Those kids don't know shit about what the fuck is going on in terms of nostalgia.
They don't know who the Smiths are.
Right? You take a kid who's...
But that's the other thing, is that it feels like this really wasn't... I don't know, because it's weird, because it's like this... I get, yeah, it seems like in tone and in their characterization of a lot of characters, it seems like it was supposed to be a friendly movie. Mm-hmm. But then they put a lot of emphasis on like G1 and like that kind of stuff. And that's for like fucking like either 25-year-olds who care too much like us, or like fucking 40-year-old neckbeard guys. Right. And it's a weird...
No, absolutely. To me, the movie itself had so many issues with where they were trying to go. Because on one hand, the movie's about 3 big robots fighting each other, and there were no big 3 robot fighting each other action pieces, right? The final fight was very depressing, underwhelming. And then I think, and it's also on my big issue, it's an annoyance for me, that they showed Bumblebee shifting too many times too soon. Like,
yeah, they showed him transforming a lot. Yeah,
he did it like 4 times when they first met her, and they did it again with the boy. I'm like, oh my god, man, come on, I get it. And you only animate the back of him because you don't want to animate the front with moving pieces. So now I'm seeing the laziness, which is fine, but like I would see there was I don't know, dude. It definitely underwhelmed me from what I was expecting. I was expecting that first 4 minutes throughout. Like, he goes to Earth and then they fucking come in and he's fighting fucking Decepticons, and it's like you're flashing back to Cybertron, like, we're fucking falling, man. Cybertron's falling, blah. But that wasn't it. It was just like, I don't know who I am. Am I a soldier? I don't know. And for the whole movie, I'm gonna sit there and just be a car.
Yeah.
And I mean, coming of age, sure, I guess, but I wanted robots fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. For sure. I would still consider it a B movie. I mean, it's having seen most of the other Transformers except for 5. It still is the best Transformers movie by far out of all of them.
I feel like I like 3 more than this, but I haven't seen 3 in a while.
I did not like 3 at all. I mean, 2's the worst by far, but I mean, 1's all right. I did not like 3. And then 4 was good because I like Dinobots. We talked about that last week. I like the Dinobots.
But I think it goes back to that's how I feel about like Pac Rim, right? Like, I like Pac Rim because Pac Rim has robots fighting, which is what I was promised.
Yeah.
And I think that like there's a reason why I like G.I. Joe, the first movie, and number 2, I enjoy it because it was G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Like, it's corny and like over the top. And this movie was how many times are you going to show me Breakfast Club? The most
oh my god, they showed
overrated,
it like 3 or 4 times in this whole movie. Yeah, it was
the most overrated 80s film from John Hughes of all time.
The Normie
it's legitimately
the film that all the people have seen. Everybody knows The Breakfast Club, though.
And also, talking about John Cena though for a second.
All right.
I didn't like him in this movie, dude.
You didn't like him in this movie?
I think his jokes. Here's what I felt like, and maybe I'm wrong, or maybe you don't feel the same. Maybe you don't see what I'm saying, but here's what I felt. I felt like they had John Cena for 4 days. And
Mm,
he had 1-2 take per scene. That's what I felt like.
uh,
Legitimately, that's how I feel.
I don't know.
I felt the
His
jokes
arc
didn't
was really
punch.
weird in the sense that, like, I don't know, because he started off with like the training course thing, and that was kind of funny with the paintball thing. But also, that's another thing where this movie, talking about the music, this
Right.
movie makes a weird thing of like being set in the '80s, but then when it comes to the military stuff, it looks like modern day military stuff. It looks fucking
Right.
weird. Like that
Well,
paintball scene, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like 2005? Like what the?
but
Was that?
also
I don't know.
they show you that scene at the beginning of the movie when B lands and there's John Cena and he's funny. The jokes are punching.
Yeah.
But you flash forward to every other joke in the movie that he has, and it's like, man, that did it. That to me, that missed the mark every time. Like
Mm.
the joke had it was written
I don't
fine.
really think they had him really even do jokes really the rest of besides that one scene, besides the opening scene with him. I
He
don't
would
remember
have like
laughing at him either, really, because I don't
he
think
had
they really
okay.
had him tell jokes.
Example, right? Remember when the doctor guy is talking about like all the energy, whatever, and he's talking to Johnson is talking to his boss and goes, "He's a weird guy, huh?" Like
Yeah.
these little Hellboy Deadpool quips that
Mm.
just were not delivered well because they were delivered they were delivered John Cena style in the beginning of the movie, and that was fine. But then as it came on, I was like, this is how I kept thinking that they didn't have time for him to be there long enough to take more shots. That's how I felt, I'm like,
Mm.
dang, they're just not hitting. They're not striking the comedic beats that they should be striking.
Yeah.
Um, and also that where's the rest of his team at? Like they show
Yeah.
you that team and they're gone. The rest that black guy is somebody. Where is he at?
Yeah. He's gone the rest of the movie.
Like where did he go? Because they
Uh,
left them there in the fucking forest, and then John Cena followed them to the thing, and
yeah.
then John Cena got fucking like fucked up in that explosion. So he's fine. So where's the black guy at? He's fine too, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like what was the point?
Yeah. His arc didn't. I don't know. His character was weird because he starts up with the movie like I don't even know if he like necessarily hates robots, but he's hesitant, and then B like talks, and he seems like fine with B. And then flash forward later, he's got the scar, which I guess is supposed to show you that like he fucking hates him or something shit like that. And they had that weird shot when B was walking away and he gave him like a hate stare or something. I was like, what? Why do you
Right.
hate him? He left you? Like he probably doesn't even know you're fucking there. And then he like hates B the rest of the movie, and then B like saves him in the helicopter, and all of a sudden he's like, nah, you're cool. And I was like, you didn't convince me that like because he didn't do anything else to help him or anything. I don't know. He literally just like he was like, "Nah, you can go," and that was his like, "I like you now." And I don't know. It was weird. It was very
Also,
strange.
like generic doctor guy who wants to know more about science but ends up fucking people over. Like that's so lame. That's
Yeah,
such an overdone archetype
it
for a
was so
character.
easy to
That's
see
so
where that
boring.
was going to go. That yeah, that was very transparent, and I didn't like that either. I didn't
Then
like his
okay.
character at all.
Also, how about this? How and more comedic bits in the movie that just to me didn't stick was when the two Decepticons were talking to John Cena and the boy one's like, oh, this is so embarrassing. I don't want to get on my knee. Oh my god, I just want to kill them.
Oh,
I just wait to kill them. Oh my fucking god, dude, that shit was cringy as shit. That shit was cringy. You don't think John Cena can hear that? You're a fucking robot. You're
yeah,
big. Like,
it
duh.
didn't make any sense to me.
Man, dude. On a scale of A to Z, whatever the fuck I had to rate this scale on a high school grading scale,
High school grade.
where you have to pass with a 70 to get a D.
Yeah.
I give this movie a 62.
Damn.
This movie sucks.
I gave this movie. I would still give this movie
It's
I would
fine.
say
It's fine.
75 to 80 around there.
Well,
It
we've
was
learned,
enjoyable. I'd watch it again.
yeah, we've learned over the years of being friends that I am super critical of really annoying
You
shit.
are much more credible than me. Yes.
Like I like to be in like enjoy. I like to enjoy dumb popcorn movies,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I feel like okay, hold on. Let's see this if I can make this make sense.
Okay.
I love 80s action films, right?
Yes.
They're dumb. They're very dumb.
They
but
are.
something about them is endearing.
I think it's the honesty because they're. I mean, I think at the like.
There's
Die
no, to me,
Hard
there's no.
has like an honesty and like a heart to it that I feel like it's a lot of movies don't have that anymore. Like I think the most recent example I've had of that, a movie that's like very authentic and like has heart that makes me like really care about it, was Into the Spider-Verse. Which if you haven't seen that, I think you should check that out because I think you would like it a lot.
Still haven't seen it yet. Still haven't seen it yet.
I think you would like it a lot if you watched it.
But I feel like mainstream current action movies, like action spectacle films, just don't have that same level of whatever it is that 80s, 90s action films did have. Cheese, corn, heart, whatever it was, awareness, whatever it is.
That's the problem. We missing the one-liners.
That too. And I felt like this movie was just status quo.
Yeah.
And that really bugged me because I'm paying money. And again, I feel like if they marketed this movie, or if they actually made a Cybertron Battle for Cybertron movie, people would fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like, people wanted that when they announced Transformers 1. Like, they want to see whatever. You know, they don't want to see people with Josh Duhamel or whatever the fuck his name is. They want to see Optimus fucking fighting, dude. And they want to see that shit, right? And I had hopes for the film because of that. Again, coming of age, 80s. I like that environment. I like the tone. I like that environment. I like that sticker is cool. I like the 80s stuff. I'm all about it. I like John Hughes. But at the same time, it's too much 80s.
Yeah.
Like, you're like just shoving it down my throat, and I have a problem.
I think that's the main problem, is that you can have it be in the 80s and not like have it be overbearing. And I think the movie did a lot of like shoving it in your face and letting you know that it's the 80s. So I can definitely see where that could be off-putting. Yeah.
Right. But anything else you want to mention about Bumblebee before we kind of wrap up?
No, I mean that pretty much does most of it. I don't really have much else to say about it. I mean, it was a fun movie. I had a fun time with it. I mean, I don't think it's like fantastic by any stretch of the imagination, but I had a fun time with it. I want that Cybertron movie now. That's what I want.
Yeah. I'm on the same page, even though I'm harsher than you are about it. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Again, 60% is not bad.
Yeah.
60% on a 100% scale is it's watchable. You know, it's fine. It's middle of the road. It's status quo.
Yeah.
I think I would rather watch Aquaman.
I'm excited to see that still.
And I think I might see it tonight. I might not. I don't know yet.
I think I'm gonna see it this weekend, maybe Sunday. I don't know. I'm gonna try to watch it sometime this weekend. But yeah, I'm excited to see Aquaman. I'm excited to see Jason Momoa ham it the fuck up, do all his woohoos that he does in all those trailers. I don't know, dude.
No, yeah,
having a fun time, and if for me, a lot of the times, especially with like comic book movies and stuff like that, if you look like you're having a good time, I'm gonna have a good time. So,
right. But yes, that's kind of where I'm at with Bumblebee. Is that it's fine. You know, it's 60%, 62%. It's in that ballpark range. You know, I don't think it's 91% like Rotten Tomatoes is saying.
No, I don't think it's 97% for sure. But I would stick it into that 70 to 80 range, like probably 75-ish for me.
Right. Well, Zach, that was this episode.
That was the episode.
Do you have any ideas for next week's movie you want to talk about?
I don't know. I feel like I chose Bumblebee. So I'll put this one in your tour. I like the tag team. I like the back and forth. So I'll volley this one over to you.
All right. Well, it is December 21st. Right?
Correct. So for the next month, we're about to see absolute garbage because fuck you, it's January.
True. So let me see. I don't want to hold up too long, but let me see.
No, I don't mind.
December 21st. I'm thinking I was like maybe like Love Actually or some shit like that. But you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna do this.
Tell me what we're gonna do.
Next week's movie that we're going to talk about in review And we have to watch every single one of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
We are going to watch. I'm looking through a list right now of things I kind of want to watch again.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna go off the beaten path just a little bit.
Okay.
You're going to watch. Hold on, I have it right here. I'm trying to make sure I have all the details right.
I'm waiting. This is some good dramatic tension you got me building up.
Okay, hold on. Here it's coming right now. We are going to watch next week and review it on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to watch Romeo plus Juliet from 1996 with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate.
Take me back to English class.
Is that Kate Winslet? Is that who that is?
I believe that's Kate Winslet. I don't want to say that because I feel like that's just because of Titanic. I don't think
it
is it
Claire
her?
Danes. Claire Danes. Leonardo DiCaprio and
Okay.
Baz Luhrmann, who we know from a bunch of different things, including
is he the one that plays Mercutio?
Baz Luhrmann?
Yeah.
Baz Luhrmann is the director.
Oh.
He directed other movies that have musical things, such as Moulin Rouge, and he also directed Great Gatsby.
Okay.
He did Great Gatsby as well. In this movie, I remember seeing it vaguely when I was a kid, 1996, one of the big DiCaprio movies when he was starting to pop off. So
this is back in his heartthrob days, baby.
Yep. So we're gonna watch this.
Okay.
I think it's different. It's fun.
Yeah.
I hope for no spoilers. I don't know what happens in the Romeo and Juliet movie.
No. You don't know what happens?
Yeah, I don't know what happens, but no, I think you should watch this.
I'll hold my spoilers close to my chest. I won't wreck it for you.
So I think that'd be fun to do. So
yeah.
All right, cool.
Memories of this movie.
So we'll do that. Romeo plus Juliet, or the fuck it's called, Romeo and Juliet, 1996. We'll do that.
Yeah. Sounds
cool.
Good.
All right, dude.
All right,
guys. Everybody, thank you for listening. You can go back and check 35 episodes before this and see everything we've done before on our YouTube channel. Next week, we're talking about Romeo plus Juliet from Baz Luhrmann. It's a musical.
Actually, it's not a musical.
It just has like a bunch of like music shit in it.
It's just got S.
Gotcha.
And it's got that old English to it too, so be ready for that.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. See you next week.
See you next week, guys.